everybody. Welcome to This Week of Shrouded, episode 15. I know, 15 weeks straight of this nonsensical bullshit. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'd like to thank our guests this week. It's Mr. Wrecked and 4x4 Strings. Captain Gatto may show up later, and Mr. Good Saint is out for the week. So let's hear it for our guests this week. Woo! Woo! Woo woo indeed. All right, so we're gonna get started with what we try to do most episodes, kind of talk about things outside of Destiny. Just small tidbit, I know, but it's okay. Just curious if anybody's doing anything, playing anything, or anything in life, anything worth talking about. We'll start with Mr. Strings. You got anything for us?
Not really. It's finals week for those of us who are studying, so good luck to everyone who has finals. And yeah, life's a bit crazy right now. But
All right.
I did go platinum both PvE and PvP for Guardian games in like the first day, and then that's it.
Very cool. Mr. Wrecked?
Yeah, I started playing Redfall. No, I didn't. I just spent $70 on that pile of shit, and I feel sorry for anybody who did. No, I haven't played anything that wasn't Destiny related. Mostly focused on Guardian games this week. I'm basically done with it.
Okay. I haven't touched Guardian games at all. I mean, I logged in, I talked to Eva, grabbed some bounties, and then I logged out and went about my business because I'm a busy boy this week. But I did get back from America at the beginning of the week. If you missed it, we did a collaboration catastrophe stream between me and Mr. Good Saint. It was pretty successful. It was a lot of fun. Pretty successful. We probably broke even, but that's good enough. Hopefully everybody that watched it enjoyed it enough that breaking even was sufficient. Beyond that, I got back on Monday night, fairly late. My plane was delayed, which was awesome. And then I was back to work. So, like, I haven't had any time for gaming. I watched Good Saint play some God of War Ragnarok. He's really bad at it. I'm just kidding. It's fine. I was watching him play, and what was he doing? He was doing something, and I was like, I got a deal for you. If I beat it in one turn, you're bad at video games, and if I don't beat it, it's just a hard fight. So he's like, sure, deal. He gave it to me, and I did it in one turn, and then he's like, that doesn't count. And then there was another place later on, and later on in the game, it did the exact same thing, and the exact same thing happened. So it was pretty funny. I amused myself. I enjoyed it. But that was really, like, literally the only gaming I had done this week because I've been uber busy. So I am going to get into the Guardian games this weekend and see what that's all about. But it's probably the same as every year. But I got to guild my Reveler or whatever the fuck it is. And because you can only do that once a year, man. I can't let it go by. Can't let it go by. So got to get it done. Guardian games is the last one. So I'm stoked for that. And yeah, I got so much stuff that I want to do. I want to play the Horizon DLC. I still got Resident Evil 4 on the back burner. I got to play the Guardian games. Tears of the Kingdom's coming out next week, like, or the week after. I don't know, like 10 days from now or some shit. And if you don't know, like, Breath of the Wild is probably one of my top 3 easily best games of all time. So, like, really looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom, even though it's gonna be, there's no way it's as good. I refuse to believe it because it looks incredible. I don't know. Breath of the Wild was just so good. Anyway, I might play Redfall just to, like, see what the problem is because it's free on Game Pass. So I mean, I'll download it and take a look at it. But from the clips I've seen on TikTok, it looks like Arcane is an amazing studio. What the fuck happened?
They must have been rushed to push it out the door. That's something I can think of.
That's not rushed though. That game looks like shit.
It is a even without the technical bugs it has, it's still a $30 game that they're charging you $70 for if you buy it standalone. It's almost like it was made for Game Pass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think, like, I think Microsoft has got a problem on their hands here with these first party games because I think that's what they're doing. I'm really starting to think that's what they're doing. They're producing these games and putting a budget for them for Game Pass, uh, and they're churning out these garbage games. Like they get a couple of hits now and again, like that. I don't know, that really colorful shooter that did the audio thing. Hi-Fi Rush, is that what it's called?
Yep.
That was a pretty good game. That was a hit, but before that, like I can't think of anything. Some people liked Halo Infinite, and that looked like a AAA game, felt like a AAA game, but like there's only two I can think of right off the top of my head.
This game has cutscenes that are effectively PowerPoint slideshows. They're not animated at all.
Yeah, like
How do you have a $70 game that doesn't even have animated cutscenes?
yeah, that game. Yeah, I don't know. Like they definitely, but you say rushed out. Like that's not rushed out. That's like 2 years early. Like to make that game a $70 game, they need another 2 years. Like not 3 months, not 6 months, like 2 years. That game was garbage. At least what it looks like. Like I said, I'm gonna load it up on Xbox and take a look at it for myself and see if it's as bad as it looks, or if everybody's cherry picking like these bugs and shit. But like, I never thought it looked good, and I'm a fan of arcane games. Like Dishonored games are incredible. That one that started as a PlayStation exclusive, Deathloop, is really well made game. I had trouble getting into it, but it had nothing to do with the quality of the game. Like that game was.
Listen, even relentlessly positive guys like Co Carnage have mostly bad things to say about this game.
That's nuts, right? That's nuts. Coming from a first party, Arcane themselves. But then everybody's like sitting on the internet and they're like, oh no, Bethesda put out a bad game. Starfield's going to suck. And then I'm looking at
imagine
these.
if Starfield does suck. What if Starfield has the same problem? What if Starfield comes up and it's in as bad a state when it launches? You know,
It just won't be. It can't be.
Oh, I have to assume that the state of Redfall at launch had everything to do with corporate bigwigs than it had to do with the developers at the studio.
Well,
I have to think that.
It's just I feel bad. I feel bad in a way. Like I feel like Microsoft right now is like the DC universe, right? They tried so hard to push things out to catch up with Marvel slash Sony. You know what I mean? That they're dropping the ball. They're like totally fucking the dog. Like Sony keeps putting out first party titles again and again. Hit. And the only thing that's been exclusive recently for the PlayStation that kind of bombed was Forspoken, and that was a Square game. So it wasn't even a first party studio. And then people are comparing it to Days Gone now because it was supposedly a bit of a bomb for Sony. But let me tell you, I played Days Gone, and it is in no way comparable to the garbage that Redfall is. Days Gone may not have the quality of like a God of War, a Horizon, a Spider-Man, but it is by no means a bad game. It was a lot of fun. It was well made, incredible. Very few bugs, like good stuff. Anyway, I think it's funny that they have to go back that far to try to find a first party game that was bad, because that game came out like 4 years ago.
You happened to catch the interview with Phil Spencer?
I saw the one that he did on XCast with Kind of Funny, where he took responsibility, I guess, in a way. And I mean, I guess it is. If it was Microsoft pushing them to get that game out, then yeah, it's absolutely his fault.
The comment he made about it basically boiled down to there's nothing Xbox can do to compete with Switch and PlayStation. It just can't be done. I mean, I was like, did that really just happen? Is all Xbox gonna have is Game Pass? Is that gonna be their only selling point? They just can't compete otherwise? Is that it? Really?
Well, that was the thing, right? Like that was the thing that everybody said when Game Pass came out. It's like, how are they going to put budgets out for these big first-party games when nobody's actually paying for them? And then everybody's like, the subscription model, they have so much money because the subscription model's coming in. And everybody's like, Sony should adopt it. And Sony's just like, no way can we put these budgets on these first party titles of $200 million, but and give them away for free on a subscription service. And the proof right now is in the pudding. Sony keeps throwing out bangers over and over and over again, $70 games, and they're worth it in most cases. Some people might not think so, but like they're good, solid games. And Microsoft keeps putting out garbage, and once in a while they get an 8 out of 10 zinger that goes through. That's kind of worth it, but not a game of the year contender, nothing like that ever. And you'll see. I guess that's a bad example because Ragnarok and Horizon came out last year, but they were both on the Game of the Year race, so that's perfect examples. I don't know what's supposed to come out this year for Sony. But you're willing to bet at least one or two of them are going to be on that list.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. So, yeah, whoever said that Sony should adopt that model, you were wrong. This is the proof. And I'm going to keep paying in fact, in Canada, it's $80. I'm going to keep paying my $80 for my games, my Sony games, and I'm going to enjoy them. And I will download free games on Game Pass and play them for 10 minutes because they're garbage. Anyway, let's move on from that. That's probably like the big gaming story right now. Redfall, huge flop. Like, just bad. It's bad. It's like, it's unbelievable. Feels like something that like a single A developer would have put out in early access. And in some cases, like worse than an early access game. Like, I'd be willing to compare this when Bohemian put out DayZ standalone. That game was terrible, and
Yeah.
it's taken them 4 years to make it good. And if you take a look at Redfall, it would take a couple years to make it good. And it was something that I saw on that interview is like they're gonna continue to make improvements on the game. Like, it doesn't there's no way, like, unless you spend 2 years making improvements on that game, like, just abandon it and move on to the next project because it's not worth it. Unless you're gonna No Man's Sky that motherfucker, like, don't do it. Don't bother. It's not worth it. And because it's on Game Pass, it's not gonna be worth it to do that because it's free for most people. So unless they really want community support or like goodwill, I guess, to fix this game. But I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. Anyway, I'll try it and report back next week. I'll play for like 2 hours and we'll see what's in there. I'm sure I'll be able to get a good indication of how fucking terrible it is by then. Anyway, we should probably move on. A lot of Destiny stuff to get through today. Lots of big information. They dropped, the ability tuning preview this week at Bungie, talking about Season of the Deep and some other stuff. But the hotfix. The hotfix is super small. There's like nothing uberly important on it, but I'll read it out really quick.
There is one thing that I found interesting on here.
Okay, is there? Cool.
The armor section where it says fix an issue with firepower, with the firepower armor mod, where the orbs of power respawning at their origin point instead of defeated enemies.
Okay.
So for a couple of weeks now, you'd throw a grenade, right, and you'd see in the feed that orbs of power being generated, but you wouldn't see them.
Okay.
It's because you were pooping them out behind you,
Out your butt.
and you just never saw them to go pick them up.
That's funny.
So the mods were sort of functioning, just not how they were supposed to be.
Okay.
But I'm glad it's fixed now.
Yeah, that's good because it usually comes out at the enemy, which makes sense. Okay, so I will read the ones that are here just because there's very few of them, even if they're not interesting. Crucible ones, they fixed an issue where players were getting suspended in Crucible when completing a match without quitting. That's good. That would suck. Matchmaking, Clash Zone, Control, and Rift is now connection based. It wasn't. It was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be, and it is fixed now. Probably why it's in the hot fix. But
Okay, that's
there's
funny.
a conversation to be had about that later.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know if we'll have time tonight, but
All
there's
right.
a conversation about it.
Seasonal fix an issue where players weren't able to complete Last Will and Testament quests if they had picked. Okay, so you can get the ship now and finish it, even if you already had it. Okay, cool.
That
cool,
affected
cool.
me and got it finished up.
Nice. Glad they fixed it. So then there was the firepower armor mod that we talked about, and then fix an issue where the Guardian Games class item could be dismantled for legendary shards. Of course.
They could have just they could have just listed that as fixed fun and moved on.
Was
They
that
would've
another?
known.
Was that another farm?
That was the farm they disabled.
Rick, the shards. Do the shards. Get some
Oh,
shards.
right. Yeah. Okay, that's right. That was that one. I forgot.
I can't do the shards. I don't have it currently queued up in OBS. Sorry.
Damn it.
I need to look at something. No, I don't. I'm fine. All right, and in general, move the Twitch gift sub bounty rewards back to the Cryptarch. Wait, where did they go?
It was bugged whole season.
Yeah, but they said they
'Cause it
moved
used to be on
back
Amanda.
to the Cryptarch. I knew that, but they said they move it back to the Cryptarch.
It was removed for a while, so they brought it back. They fixed the issue. I don't know what the issue was, but
Mine
they got
stuff
rid of
just
it.
showed up in my inventory. I would log in after doing it, and it would just appear.
Cool.
Oh.
Audio distortion has been improved on console and PC. I've never heard of audio. Maybe I did hear it, just didn't realize it. Anyway, final fix is coming at a later date. It's been improved, but not totally fixed. Okay, got it. Makes sense. All right, that was it. That one's easy. Ability. No, let's do this week at Bungie. I'm gonna close this. Alrighty. Okay. So, here's a TLDR listed here. Guardian Games and Guardian Games Cup are live. Season of the Deep first look. Key art and launch day, time reveal, details on 3 new strand aspects, recapping big changes coming with abilities. There's a whole document. There's a whole other post for that, so we'll skip over that probably, and then go back to it. New exotic armor focusing and stat roll detail, upcoming economy and crafting updates, a note on an upcoming season pass. Little bastards. Trials of Osiris update, a bunch of stuff in there. And then new Prime Gaming gear, getting our Oprah on again with more whatever. Oh, you get a wallpaper. Is that the idea?
Yes.
All right, so hilarious. So if you didn't know, I mean, the Guardian Games are live, and officially today, the script was revealed. Warlocks have won the Guardian Games. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Warlocks.
Well played.
Yep.
If you guys didn't
Well
see
played.
today, when you logged into your Destiny account, there was an accidental mistype on someone's coding end where a big congratulations to the Warlocks winning the Guardian Games announcement came across your feed, and Bungie jumped right on Twitter to let people know that this is not accurate. Obviously, there's 2.5 weeks left, but of course, this started the rumors that the Guardian Games are rigged. Rigged.
Was it a mistake, or was it just an early reveal?
An early reveal. So
Now-
I am legitimately curious. There's a couple things to say to that. Was this a legitimate mistake? And that was just that's what they have coded into it because the Warlocks won last year. And that's most likely what happened. They haven't coded the new one yet because they don't know who the winner is yet. But somebody accidentally sent the announcement live. Obviously, that does make the most sense. The second story is Guardian Games are rigged. Warlocks are going to win again this year. Seems unlikely with the current stats right now because Titans are kicking the shit out of everyone. I'm okay with it this year due to Lance, but it wouldn't happen any other year, so whatever.
Excuse me.
Okay, go ahead.
Lance was a Warlock main.
Yeah, but
He
he's a
played
fucking
Warlock.
Titan. Shut up. Shut up. Don't tarnish his memory like that. Garbage class.
I mean, odds are they probably have the congratulations banner for all 3 classes already coded, and it was a mistake that someone just made one of them go live, flipped one value in the code.
I feel like there's only one. And they
Regardless.
remake it when the person wins, and accidentally somebody just posted the one from last year. That's my guess.
Regardless, if Warlocks end up winning, it's rigged. Obviously.
Obviously.
I
That's
mean,
the
there was
narrative. That is the narrative it will be, no matter what.
there's Fallout tweeted that if Warlocks win, it's officially rigged. If they don't win, it's because this happened.
Oh, wait. Okay, so I went back and took a look at it. All right. So there is those two options. But the banner that showed the text at the top does say Warlocks have won Guardian Games 2023. So
Yes.
unless they've already just only just changed the text in the thing and haven't replaced the class from last year, this is a brand new one that they've made from scratch. So that's pretty funny. I guess we'll see. We'll wait and see. See, the thing is now Warlocks can't win. Bungie can't let them win. So
Correct.
no matter what, it's rigged.
Yep. So Warlocks get fucked. Sorry.
Warlocks will not and absolutely cannot win this year.
But you Warlocks can still win SGC Guardian games. So keep trying.
There we go.
There you go. It's the only important one anyway. Since we got that talking about that, I might as well show it on the screen. Let me bring it up really quick. All right, this is good enough. Alrighty, let's share this tab. And oh wait, which one is it? This one? That is showing a weird. All right, just gonna scroll it. Okay, perfect. Oh, we have an empty person in the top right corner. I only have a show screen thing for 4 cameras. That's funny. Didn't realize it. I'll have to change that after. Okay, so what I'm showing right now is well, hold on. All right. If you didn't know, SGC has a Guardian Games competition going on in conjunction with the Guardian Games in Destiny 2. Actually goes on longer, so keep that in mind. But weekly, as you play more activities with SGC members, you're assigned points. And whoever the top hunter, warlock, or titan is at the end of each week will get themselves a beautiful Discord role and some loyalty points. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this stuff when I'm going through it.
Nope.
And then at the end of the Guardian Games, the top Titan, the top Warlock, and the top Hunter overall, over the 4 weeks, I believe it is, will receive an MVP Discord title. Sorry, the weekly one is Contender? Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so if you're top over all 4 weeks, you get an MVP role, and you win a gamepad with this design on it that you're seeing on the screen right now. Obviously, it's the SGC Guardian game symbol. And it is like, it's really big. It's like 30, it's this big. I think it's like 30 by 18 or something like that.
It's quite girthy.
So it's a really cool gamepad. Hopefully your desk is big enough for it. And there's only 3 people that can win it.
That's right.
So go play.
Play with your friends.
Yes, play with your friends a lot. As much as you possibly can. Alright, so I'm going to move this back to us here and switch back over to This Week at Bungie.
So let me send a shout out to our Xbox division for organizing multi-clan events, like for the whole thing. Like they've got a whole schedule. You can go get in on the times you want to go do big events with a bunch of different people from a bunch of different clans. So just because of this, so go give it a shot, people.
Yeah, if you don't know where that is, in the Destiny Fireteam LFG category, there is a Charlemagne LFG channel near the top, and you can see all the events set up, and you just go in and, sign up for one of them and just play whatever with whoever you end up with. Just have fun. Have fun. I don't know if they're predetermined activities actually, but just sign up and play the game. Have fun. Meet new people. It'll be enjoyable. All right, Guardian Games, amazing. If Warlock wins, we all riot. Okay, so I'm gonna show this too actually because Spoilers for Season of the Deep.
It's not really spoilers if it's official from Bungie.
That's right.
Some people don't want to see it early. Why is that fucking display all fucking weird? All right, hold on.
Gonna give us a close up of that beautiful Titan dress.
Yeah, no, but
It's like they're rolling. They're like, we're gonna go hard. We made the worst raid armor for Root, and now we're just gonna roll with it.
What do you mean? This armor's sick. I'm not a fan of the mark, but the rest of the armor's great.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, the mark is.
no, it looks
Horrific.
like the Root of Nightmares armor. It's so similar. It's crazy.
And the hunters are gonna finally have armor that actually goes with Star Eater scales.
Yeah. Sure. But, okay. That's as close as I can get, I guess. Oh, wait, no, there we go.
The question is, did you notice the most important element on this screen?
Okay, well, first off, we're going to talk about a couple things. All right, Season of the Deep, obviously. As you can tell, we've got these basically discount RON armor sets for next season. So if you didn't get to raid, then basically you can get the exact same thing with a little bit of differences. I'm being dramatic, obviously. They're not the same. There's no arms on the Warlock, just wearing a giant dress. And same with Titan with little fin. Anyway, all right. So there's a lot of things that are cool in this image other than the armor. So that giant eye, that is awesome. I need to know what's going on here. And then, of course, everybody's excited about what appears to be Sloane in the front looking through this porthole that you would obviously assume, due to the fact that it's Sloane. We're assuming that they're on Titan. And are under the ocean. But one of the biggest things that people have been noticing is that like half of Sloane is taken.
Yep.
So very interesting. So we'll see if that changes her on a personal level, or she's still her and just badass and half taken. I guess I don't know.
For all we know, the Leviathan knows how to take. So
Oh,
it could be something different entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, could be a bunch of shit. So it's definitely, that's a good teaser. Like, nice shot, nice teaser by Bungie. I just wish they didn't make it like this armor is cool, but it feels so much like the Ron armor that I was like, what the fuck? It's like the next season.
Wait to see it in
Then judge it.
In reality, because
Agreed.
we all know that a lot of times they will put out concept art for armor, and when the armor actually hits, it might not be exactly what was advertised.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's the opposite of the usual case, because usually the key art armor is way better looking than the final product. I'm talking to you, Season of the Risen armor, because that was a joke.
Anyway, so that looks good. I'm excited to get some information on that. And this is apparently the first season that will try to pull away from the seasonal vendor progression model.
There won't be any power progression either.
And there won't be any power progression. I did feel like I heard, though, that they didn't have as much time to refine the new process with Deep, so it might not feel too much different. I don't know if that was legitimate information that I heard somewhere or what. Anyway, so we'll see.
Worst case it's the last season with that model, so they're working on it.
Well, this was supposed to be the last season with that model. This one was supposed to be the one where they were trying new things. But maybe they didn't refine it at that point, is what I'm saying. And hopefully it gets better in season 3 and 4. I'm saying 3 and 4, but 3 and 4 this year.
Yep.
All right, so we'll move on. We'll take a look at these new strand aspects. And I did read these, but I don't remember anything. So, Hunter Aspect, Threaded Spectre. Activate class ability to leave behind a decoy woven from strand matter that draws the attention of nearby combatants. After taking significant damage or when Combatants approach. The decoy detonates, dealing damage and releasing threadlings that seek out and attack nearby foes. I mean, that sounds cool. It sounds cool.
Will be interesting to see how it plays out in PvP.
Well, it depends on how real it looks.
I mean, if there's a hunter standing there, that's just standing there, it's pretty easy. Just stand back and shoot.
Okay, but what you do is you dodge around a corner, leave it around the corner, so when somebody runs around the corner, they run into it and it detonates.
Well, assuming it pops up where you end up and not where you start the dodge.
Okay, well you can run around the corner and then dodge.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a way to make this work. All right, Flechette Storm. So this is the Titan aspect we're getting. While sliding, activate your charge and melee ability to leap into the air, knocking nearby targets away and dealing damage. While airborne, activate your charge melee again to launch a cluster of damaging, unraveling projectiles. Repeatedly activating melee will chain additional throws. So basically, Titans are getting the Warlock Super. Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah, again, the baby version of the Warlock Super, and also the coolest new aspect of the group, in my opinion.
I mean, it's kind of like a Strand version of Consecration, isn't it?
Yeah.
Slide, you do a thing, you jump, you do a thing, he does the thing. I mean, I'm gonna try it. And
Yeah, it could
for
be
sure.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Could be fun. That's good. That'll give Titans a little bit extra playing abilities, which they've complained about with the green punch and the blue punch and the purple punch. Warlock aspect is the Wanderer. Tangles you throw, attach to enemies, and detonate into a suspending burst. Threadling final blows, create a tangle. That sounds the most boring.
So it depends. It depends. It's gonna be a threat. It's gonna be when you throw the ball, the tangle. It's supposed to have more aggressive seeking. It's gonna go find an enemy and do it. The question really is, how many of the threadlings that pop out of it will create tangles? Is there going to be a cooldown so only one of them can do it? Or if you pop a bunch of threadlings and they all kill a different target, can you all of a sudden have 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 tangles on the field at one time? So if you can get a ton of tangles out there all at once, this will be interesting.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's keep right on moving so this doesn't take too long to get through everything today. What does it say? Stasis, Strand, and Light subclasses get their glow ups for season 20. What?
It's linking you to the post.
Yeah, it's referencing to the other article with all the details.
Okay, got it. All right, we'll read that later. Okay, economy changes. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, no power increase this upcoming season. If players hit the pinnacle cap, they're going to remain out of for season 21. That was obvious to me. I would have been very upset if that was not the case. You imagine they say no power grind, but they drop you down into the powerful cap, and you have 2 pinnacle again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'd have to revert every single item you have above powerful cap.
I'm sure they have no problem with that.
I mean, you're right. They have a way to raise weapons up, so they can probably raise them down too.
Yep.
Or drop them down.
Absolutely. Okay, so there's some exotic armor focusing in decryption information here. So I'm just going to read it out, and we'll see. I think for the most case, we knew all this already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So standard decryption, you can decrypt it at the Cryptarch. Yep, perfect. And then focusing tier 1 will have certain exotics based on these, red wire helms, arms, chest, legs, forsaken exotic armor, shadow keep, beyond light, witch queen. Lightfall exotic focusing will be coming in a future season. Okay, so that doesn't count. You've got all these ones. You can focus. Obviously, I think this they isolated the Red War to allow you to do helms, arms, chests, legs separately. They must have a lot more.
It might just have to do with how they're coded in the game.
Maybe. Anyway, doing this, if you're focusing on certain things specific, it's going to end up costing you, obviously, the engram, 38,000 additional glimmer and 1 ascendant shard.
And you
then
have to already have the exotic unlocked.
requires ownership of the associated expansion as well as previously acquired all. Okay, so you can't focus something you don't have. Got it.
Yep.
And then tier 2 is basically focus specific exotic armor for high cost. So this is the one that gets a little expensive, 3 ascendant shards and 1 exotic cipher. They are increasing the amount of ciphers that we can hold to 5, I believe. I think they said that. I wish they'd give us more shards because it costs 3 to do this, but we probably won't get that. Okay, so exotic armor stats. So your exotic roll should roll consistently higher stats and more frequent individual stat spikes for season.
No
21.
more 50s. Hooray.
You can expect
we'll
average
see.
stats to be in the mid 60s. That's nice. That's nice. So that's good. All right.
The question for me is going to be whether or not your ghost mods will actually affect those rolls. Because I don't know if you know this, but when you go into a lost sector, your ghost mod does not necessarily affect the outcome of armor that you get. I have gotten many pieces of armor where I've had discipline selected on my ghost mod, and my discipline stat is a 2 on that piece of armor. Many, many, many times.
Hopefully they're building off the existing vendor focusing mechanism, and that does take the ghost mod into account. So hopefully that won't be an issue.
Okay, next part is this deep site activation thing. That's really neat. But if I read this right, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like we get, well, as long as we get the season pass, we get basically 6 free deep site every season. Right?
Yep.
Because you can take any weapon that's craftable, that's
and make a deep site out of it.
And make a deep site out of it.
As long as you don't already have a pattern unlocked for
why the fuck would I do that for?
Exactly.
It means you can do one gun you didn't already have.
Yeah.
Every season.
Non-raid weapons. These are non-raid weapons when we're talking about certain things. So 1 harmonizer, which is the new deep site currency. There's only 1 location you get them. It's in the season pass, and you get 3 in the free and 3 more in the paid. So 6 total per season. No other way to grind it. So that's 6 free, basically deep site to help you grab something specific. Everyone's going to use them all in the first season, and then they're going to be, in like the first season, in like the first week. To get things, and then they'll be mad at themselves for that. So additionally, only
inventory size is 1.
Well, that doesn't.
But they're in the season pass, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, the concept of it is they want you to use those 6 in that season. That way, you can't store them for the next season and get all the seasonal weapons all in one run. And that
season pass.
I presume you're still going to be able to get the new season pass weapons. Or the new weapons the same you could any other way. There'll be some mechanism for you to collect engrams or something to get them.
Yeah, but what I mean is you can't save your 6 from the season before, go into the next season, grab all 6, and then you have enough to get two weapons immediately.
Theoretically, you could. You can always access the previous season's season pass on the Bungie website.
Yeah, don't do the weird without doing that weird thing.
No. Legitimately, you can always access current season and previous season on Bungie.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, so that's really cool. I think that's neat. You'll be able to grab a couple things that you don't normally have. Is there an increased cost for raid weapons, or just you can't do raid weapons?
You can't do raid weapons.
Okay, boring. Okay. All right. Beautiful.
I do not like that 3 of them come from the paid season pass. I think that's kind of gross, personally.
Agreed.
I never thought anything about it. You know my concept on season passes shouldn't have in-game items.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. You shouldn't be able to get like.
Gameplay.
I don't think it should have legendary shards. I don't think it should have glimmer. I don't think it should have cores. I don't think it should have ascendant shards. None of that. And then this is just another thing added to it. So I don't particularly care if it's a free version or the paid version. Like in my brain, if you play Destiny, you pay for the season pass. If you don't play for the season pass, why are you even playing Destiny? But at the same time, I've never thought any of that garbage should be on there. Destiny's one of the only games that does it. Most of it is either you get bonus currency, like in Fortnite, for example, you get your V-Bucks, which you normally have to pay for, but you get extra ones in the season pass, and then everything else is cosmetic. I think Bungie should obviously go that way. I think people would enjoy cosmetics way more, but they'd have to increase that department size because clearly they don't have enough labor to actually do a decent amount of cosmetics in a 3-month span. So it's whether or not Sony or Bungie is willing to output more money. Now we're going to get to it a little bit later that the increase in the price of the seasonal content is going up. And that we can talk about it right now. It's probably down a little bit further. But to me, when I look at that, I hope to God it means our season passes or seasons are going to get better. I know it's only $2 extra, but $2 extra for 1 million players is, that's an extra $2 million. Like it's a lot of money. I don't know how much their budget is for each season or whatever it happens to be, but I mean they have to employ that whole staff for 3 months, so it's probably a lot of money. And I don't know if $2 million is going to make too much of a big difference when it comes to the actual content we get, or Sony just felt like they weren't getting enough profit each month. But if they don't release better content, I feel like they're going to lose more people to this increase than they're going to get money.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fact that they changed it to 1,200 and then you have to buy 2,300.
Correct. Yeah.
That's maybe that's where I think they're going to make their extra money. Because instead of $10, now it costs $20. So technically it's $20. So an extra $10 from 1 million people. So that's $10 million. So.
Yeah. Their pricing scheme that is like the typical. You're going to use in-game currency to buy this. We're going to make sure that you got to buy 2 packs of in-game currency, so you've got some left over, right?
The funniest bit about it is even if you bought 2,300, like it's 100 short for the next 2 seasons.
Right. Yeah.
So the only way you can do it is what you need to do is buy the 6,000 for $50, and then just like keep that silver for the next. That'll last you, 5 seasons? Right?
What you got to do is come to the SGC community stream and earn some loyalty points and win some silver. That's what you got to do.
And we will pay for your seasonal pass.
That's right.
Look in the description to see if you won this week.
Yeah, that too. Might as well mention it. Yeah, we give out 2,300, or we give out 2 prizes of 2,300 silver every week in the description below. To earn those prizes, you need to be in our community, playing Destiny, watching the community stream. There's various ways to earn loyalty points. You can ask in Discord to figure it all out. There's a link for it on the website. And then you buy tickets for the giveaways. 2 2,300 silver weekly giveaways, and then we have 3 monthly giveaways, one of 12,000 silver, and then 2 6,000 silver giveaways, which reminds me, they will be in the description below. We are at the beginning of the month, which means the 12 and 6,000 giveaways are going out, so good luck to everybody that entered, and the 2,300 silver is also going out. So if you haven't checked already, which you probably have, but go ahead and check in the description. Your name will be listed if you won, and congratulations. And if you didn't win, try again next week / month, because we'll be giving it away again. Yeah. All right. So we were about to get to a point. We can talk about that increase more when we get to it if we want to. But we're to about the most Wait, no, this wasn't what it was. Okay, all right. So crafting costs changed to season 21. Legendary shards will be removed from all crafting components. Just fucking stupid. Remove cores. I don't have enough of them. Stop it. I've got plenty of shards. You want to charge me 500 fucking shards to make a gun? Go ahead. I don't care. I know that's too much. Obviously, everyone would have a stroke. Everybody that's got like 1,000 shards.
We're gonna
they'd be
talk
like,
about
"What?"
your hidden, your secret enhancement core repository here in just a minute.
Yeah,
And you're gonna sing and cheer. So
No,
let's just
I saw that. Yeah, so I'm excited. That's what I thought I was about to read, but it wasn't there. Anyway, next is enhanced weapon costs are based on weapon masterwork costs, and thus will still require legendary shards. So basically, there's no change on that, but they're changing the regular ones. So legendary, all those amazing legendary shards you have, you're good to go. All right, so this next bit of information is basically they are adding exotic boosts to all the raid triumphs. So if for some reason you don't have 1K voices from Last Wish, I gotta remember them all. Eyes of Tomorrow from Deepstone Crypt, oh, they're listed, great. Collective Obligation from Vow Disciple, Vex Mythoclast from Vault of Glass, Touch of Malice from King's Fall. Now all of the triumphs that you've done in there will give you increased rates of, and they've actually listed the +1, the +3. Are these percentages or what? You wonder.
probably.
Because that's shitty percentages, but whatever. Anyway, so if you've already done them and got them, then your percentage to get the exotic from the last encounter will now go up like it has been doing for the raids and dungeons. At least Ron. Yep. Ron's the first raid to do it, but dungeons have been doing it since Duality, I believe.
Correct.
But it's not all triumphs. It's only some that.
It's only certain ones, yeah. It's the ones that are listed here. Feel free to go through them. Like anybody that's done a Petra's run that doesn't have a 1K voice, I laugh at your face. Like that's hilarious. That like you don't just roll in and do a Petra's run your first clear. Like the Last Wish is a tough raid to do flawless. So like I feel like everybody that's ever done a Petra's run, unless they accidentally got one randomly on like their second clear.
I don't think you can accidentally do one because you have to go to the wish.
Oh, you're right. That's right. You do have to go to the wish well. All right. Anyway, chances are most people already have it, but I mean there is some people with shitty RNG. So at least the triumphs.
I saw somebody on Twitter saying this was a good change because they had done 40 looted runs of King's Fall, more than half of which were just boss checkpoints, and they still hadn't gotten the gun. And I just smiled sadly, single tear down the side of my face, looking at my many more than that, even though I got the gun early.
Yeah, I mean,
those are rookie numbers.
Numbers. I think I did 43 or 44 clears of DSC before I got Eyes of Tomorrow. I'd love the ability to, if I'm only on 1 or 2 clears of those raids, to up my chances of getting the exotic. So I do think it's a good little change, a little boost to people, something to shoot for to get the triumphs done. But at the same time, yeah, I'm gonna laugh at anybody that's like, oh man, I've got 30 looted clears and don't have the gun. Yeah, so do a lot of other people. Like, calm down.
What happened to good old Destiny, where you could go 150 clears of Last Wish and still not have 1K voices, like some of our Sherpas did back in the day when that was the current raid?
Go play 25 man World of Warcraft raids where every fourth run you do, a piece of armor you need drops, and only 1 of 15 people get that piece of armor, and you have to roll a piece of dice for it. Nobody ever complained about that shit. Never.
I love how you did that with a straight face. Beautiful.
What? I wish Destiny had a system like that. I used to love raiding for that reason. How good did it feel when you got a piece of gear? Oh my god, it was beautiful.
I mean, I knew raiding guilds that broke up over people not getting the gear that they thought they were owed for participating in raids like that.
Well, before Blizzard put in a system in game that did all the rolling and dispersing of the gear itself. People just used to, do the roll and chat, and then the loot master would send it out. That probably happened a lot more in that instance, but after they added that, you just clicked okay. You could click need if that was the class that you were on. If you weren't on that class, you couldn't even click need. And then everybody that clicked need would get the roll, and whoever got the highest roll would just get the piece.
I remember the old need or greed days.
Yeah, it was a better system. I don't know if it still works in a similar way, but the only once they instituted the greed or need system, like people that needed it, obviously that gear. The people that needed gear percentage, like the percentage of people that got it, probably went way up, because you could only need if you were on the right class, which wouldn't make sense to do it without that anyway, because you can't even put it on. So frustrating. Whatever. Anyway, every guild I was in never broke up because of raiding gear loot mishaps, so that sucks that other people did, but I don't know. Don't let shitty people in your clan, I guess. All right. Anyway, let's get to this point. All existing instances of finest matter weave will now be able to be dismantled for 1 enhancement core each. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed that I have to dismantle all 890 of my finest matter weave, but I'm very happy that I'm about to get 800 enhancement cores. Super awesome. I don't care about this glimmer thing, but I mean, I do have like 1 billion rainmakers, so I guess that's nice. That's just something else I can get my glimmer from. But I still have 40,000 planetary shards or planetary materials, so I mean, I'm set for glimmer for like 3 years, probably until Destiny's over. Unless they get rid
I
of,
haven't had a problem with glimmer, honestly.
Yeah.
Once I hit the cap on the season pass, I flip my experience tracker I take that off and put on glimmer, the one that gives you more glimmer, and I never have a problem with glimmer ever.
I am currently sitting on 2.9 million glimmer with all of the rainmakers that I have.
There you go. All right. I feel like we've talked about this before, but they're upgrading the Vanguard bounties. We've definitely talked about this before, but maybe this is more specific. Existing daily bounties require you to get specific type kill, grenade, headshot, or special or heavy ammos now require twice as many kills to complete, but can be done anywhere in the game. What?
Before you could only complete them.
You could only do them in the Vanguard playlist, but now you're going to get extra.
No, I understood that.
Right?
I think it's stupid.
You're going to get it'll happen faster inside the playlist.
So if you're doing it in the playlist, it should be the same, but you can also gain progress on those bounties for doing other activities.
I think it should only be done in the playlist, but whatever. Teach their own. That's gonna drop the population in the playlist, so it's a bad change, in my opinion. You want those playlist populations to be high, so you never have to wait for a game. Tisk.
When's the last time you ran a regular strike?
I don't know. When I needed a pinnacle, probably a couple weeks ago. I ran 3, bitch. Anyway, doesn't matter. We also add a number of new bounties, killing elites, mini bosses, champions. Kills the elemental abilities with bonus for killing with a subclass verb. And complete 2 Vanguard activities. Okay. So new ones. Very cool. Regarding repeatable bounties. Blah, 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 blah. The increased requirement.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You can get the repeatables. You can also complete them by doing other stuff.
All right, the dog's returning. That's a big one for a lot of people on Twitter. He's going to be in the tower now. You're going to be able to pet him, and then your Goodbye Protocol stat will be back on your ghosts. So that guy that was on Twitter that had like 36,000, his life.
My tracker has 69 pets because I'm a child, and that's where it's going to stay.
Right on, that's good. Anyway, here's the season pass increase. As said, season pass plus 10 rank bundle, 2200 silver. Season pass is going up from 1000 to 1200.
Not only can you not earn premium currency in our battle pass to buy your next one, but we're gonna make you buy too much premium currency in order to get it, and hopefully spend the rest in our store before it's time to buy the next season pass. Thank you and goodbye.
Yep, that's about it. Nail it. All right, so we're getting some new trial stuff. This golden shell, this golden ship, and this golden sparrow. What are your thoughts on these? Do you like them? That looks neat.
The ship is cool.
I don't care about those at all.
I don't think any trial ship looks better than the first trial ship. Personally, I think it's the best one still to this day. But this is pretty cool.
I like it's a little bit different, and I hate that they keep making sparrows when always on time exists. So
they should just fix always on time. I know it would make a lot of people mad, but I don't care. Just fix it, or make sparrows transmoggable. Either way.
Or
that's the one.
Give more sparrows with more speed so that always on time isn't the only good one.
Yeah, well, I don't think they should fix always on time. I think they should bring every sparrow up to its HP level and its speed.
I mean, they've already said that's not happening. And the only reason they're not fixing always on time is because it's too hard for them to fix. But the speed of always on time causes zone loading issues currently, right now. So they're not going to make more sparrows that have the same amount of speed. It will either be fix always on time or nothing. Incidentally, it's probably part of why we're never getting SRL again.
Bungie, can you be a better developer, please? For the love of fucking Pete. You can't fix a sparrow because it's too hard. Like, come on.
I mean, that's what the article, when they mentioned it in that one TWAB,
I
that's what it essentially boiled down to.
You just reminded me of how annoying that is. Like, what do you mean it's too hard? You've got 100,000 sparrows that have that exact coding. Just copy it. Good lord. Jesus fucking Christ. Too hard.
I mean, I would listen, if it causes them issues, if it causes them technical issues, then they're not going to be able to fix it. Make it transmoggable and then delete that sparrow from the game. You can still make other sparrows look like it, but you got to go a little bit less. You can't go quite as fast. Fine, whatever.
Just make them transmoggable. Leave it in the game. Be able to transmog any sparrow I want over top of my always on time, and then I'm good. Anyway, whatever. Or you delete it from the game so people don't have loading issues. But I mean, I don't have loading issues. I don't play on a pleb machine.
Same.
I mean, it's not a pleb machine issue. It's a server side issue.
It's a pleb machine issue because the only time I ever get loading errors, it's on console.
Mm.
Like where I get stuck in zone, like in Glassway and shit. It's always on console.
Except for that one loading screen in, I think, Inside Terminus. That one is still there.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't ever remember hitting that stuff. I remember hitting it all the time in Europa on my PS5, my PS4. I remember hitting the one in Pit of Heresy, always on my console, never on my PC. Lots of shit. Anyway, they're also doing a new shader next, and they're doubling down on this ugly ass gold fucking garbage shader that they think looks good. I hate the I hate the Trials Memento. I don't know. I hate this gold on this armor. It looks terrible. Maybe on
they could have picked a better armor set to put the freaking shader on, for sure.
Maybe.
Like they couldn't use the Trials armor.
You'd think
I mean, the Trials armor is already natively gold, so it wouldn't make any sense.
That is true.
All right. So shader name. Okay. So we're gonna have 3 different shaders for the next 3 seasons. Cool. Bloodline feud. Ooh, I bet that's red. Good. Let's get rid of the gold.
It'll be red and gold. Don't worry about it.
Probably. Okay, the Messer's coming back. I think we already knew that. And then we're getting the Adaptive Arclave that everybody was talking about. Something we already discussed. The these following will be removed from standard loot pool. So the Inquisitor shotgun and the Wimbo. Let's talk about labs. I don't want to read all that. Is there anything? Did you guys read that? Is there anything interesting?
They made so there was a lot of complaints during the labs about lobbies being incredibly difficult, especially if you were a high skill solo player. And it's because, and they admit here, that they messed up the lobby balancing. And now they've never admitted that there is lobby balancing in trials until they kind of sort of admitted it here. But it was ramped up to 11 over the weekend. So that's basically all it says in there. So
Okay.
that's the main thing out of there. And they liked how the 2 soft pools worked.
Okay, that's good. Those were important for a lot of people. Oh my god, I'm gonna play the hardest activity in the game. Oh my god, the activity is too hard. I fucking hate people.
You can't have you can't have skill-based matchmaking in trials. You can't do it because the game mode is predicated on getting 7 consecutive wins. Skill-based matchmaking aggressively tries to force a 50-50 win rate. Those two aren't compatible. It's not reasonable to have both of those enforced in the same playlist. It doesn't work.
Still funny.
You got to have one or the other.
That's fair. That's a fair argument. All right, so there's some shit about a Trials of Osiris intro quest.
They're changing the intro quest. If you want to get into trials, you have to complete your competitive placements now and do some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing here is overly difficult for anybody to do.
Was there an intro quest already?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember doing it. It's been so long. What was the intro quest before?
Get a bunch of kills, play a bunch of matches.
No, boring.
Nothing major. This is a little bit more involved.
Okay. All right. Okay, so there's a change here to Passage of Wealth, previously granted increased reputation on wins 3, 5, and 7. This is at odds with the system that wants you to continue playing 7 cards to get most efficient progress and best rewards in Season 21. Passage will grant plus 75 trials rep for every win, along with additional bonuses for your current major rank in trials up to 150. This encourages players to keep playing after 7. Okay, that's fair. Passage of Mercy, we knew about this. The 2 losses is coming. After going flawless, if you reset your card, it will revert to forgiving a single loss on each card. Okay, so the 2 losses is only for if you haven't got flawless yet, and then it goes back to 1 loss afterwards. Okay.
Yeah. So the play will be go flawless, then switch to a Passage of Wealth card, fight that up to 7, and then farm that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it gives players a much better chance of going flawless the first time each week. That's good. All right, I'll take it.
As someone who's never gone flawless, I appreciate that.
I think it will be more healthy for the playlist because it will encourage a lot more people to participate. So I'm all for it.
Agreed.
Okay, cool. Dominion. What's Dominion?
It's trials with capture points.
Okay. So it gives you the choice of just playing elimination or playing objective. Okay. All right. So so we're moving Dominion as the core game mode. Okay. So Trials is going to be Dominion most of the time, unless it's labs.
Yeah. You can either kill everybody or you can cap the zone. That's what it's going to be.
Oh man, 15% faster. I'll take that. Okay, there's a bunch of reasons why they're doing it here. I don't particularly care. What are your thoughts on this being more of a PvP player? From what I gather, has annoyed people.
So it depends on how they end up actually. It depends on the tuning that happens to Well of Radiance and the tuning that happens to Bubble, because those two supers are incredibly strong in any objective game mode, right? So anybody who's played trials with the capture point turned on in the recent seasons, you all know that a team of Titans that's all Void Titans, once they get their bubble up, most times it's game over. They will just bubble the point round after round after round until they've won, and that will be that for the last half of the match. If that gets addressed, and so there's more parity there, then great. If it doesn't, it just means the meta for trials is going to shift to favor those classes, and the couple of shutdowns that are fast to get.
Okay. So I mean, I guess you heard it here first. Play trials with 3 warlocks.
Or 3 bubble titans.
No, don't do that. Bubble titans are terrible.
And if you're playing with your bubble titans, make sure you bring your peacekeepers and immortals.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Can't wait to see it.
All right, so they're changing the requirements for Gilded Flawless season 21. Basically, you got to get more kills. You got to reset your rank. Got to go flawless, but that was already something you had to do. Collect 100 rewards. Ooh. So that's the difference. So it's reset your rank, basically replace with collect 100 rewards, replace with reset your rank. Then you got to use specific weapons. That's irritating. I hate that.
The major change here for me is that they're no longer requiring you to carry people flawless at all.
You don't have to carry people. Yeah, because eventually you would have gotten to a point where there's no one left to carry. So.
Yep.
Oh wait, is carrying seasonal?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't have run out of players, but if you tried to flawless at the end of the season, it might have been more difficult to find people. But I suppose
That's correct. Yeah.
Went 7 games on a 7-win ticket. Okay. All right. Cool. Anyway, you can take a look at all of them on here, but they're changing up. Emblem. Is this Trials emblem?
It's the new Trials emblem that will be. This will be the premier emblem to fly to show that you are a sweaty PvP player. Because this is harder to get than the Ascendant emblem every season. Okay. You only get this if you go flawless without ever trailing any match on the card. You have to just run wild over everybody you play against.
So it's the same as the comp one, just in Trials.
Yeah.
Because the comp one had one that was like that too.
Well, the comp one currently, the exclusive comp one is just get to Ascendant.
Oh, right? Wait, never mind. I knew that. Yeah, scratch that. I already heard these requirements. My brain was melted there for a second. I was like, comp doesn't make sense because you imagine there was an emblem for getting all the way to comp without getting all the way to legend or Ascendant without trailing.
Yeah,
that would be sick. Okay, so I already knew this requirement. We had talked about it in the past. Like that's why
I think it's good.
Yeah, that's neat. That's a neat
I think it's
concept. Good. Oh man,
I think PvP players should have something exclusive to track to chase, and this will certainly be it.
I'd be so mad if I lost the first game on like my 7th match, but still stomped them like 5-1. Fuck. All right, that's really cool though. That gives them something there. That gives like the hardcore people something that they can fly once they've gotten it. This is hilarious. Disjunction 1.
No, it didn't. Rusted Lands one.
What? Oh shit, it did. Never mind. Fuck. I read that as 14. Am I dyslexic?
Apparently.
You're right. Rusted Lands 1. Oh, that's too bad. I thought Disjunction 1. God damn it. I think I read this as 14 because it went 30, 29, and then I expected this to be lower. Like it was going in ascending order, but yeah, okay. That's so boring because that's like I mean, it makes sense because that is the best map for Trials in this list of maps.
Correct.
So I guess I'm glad for the Trials players that they did. Not so many people trolled, but a lot of people still trolled. Like that's a lot
They
of
tried.
trolling.
They a lot of people gave their effort to make Trials terrible for everybody who played this weekend.
Oh shit, that's funny. All right, free Prime gear. It's available. It's at the Cryptarch now.
I don't have that emote. I'll be happy to get it.
So go and claim that at Twitch Prime. Stop by twitch.tv/Shrouded Gaming. Drop your Prime sub, and then go in game and talk to the Cryptarch to get your shit. If you want some wallpapers, there you go. Here's the winner of the Guardian Games 2023. Here's a Titan with headphones on. It looks like a douchebag. Here's a Warlock. I mean, a Hunter. Shit. Here's a Hunter that looks like he's got a huge dick. That's it. Here's some mobile ones for you. All right. I forgot you had to upgrade your event cards. Oh my god, they're charging for that too, and they're upgrading this season.
At least the shader that's in there is cool. I don't know if it's $10 cool, but it's cool.
It's people keep. I understand that Destiny is probably the most successful and the best game of service that currently exists outside of MMOs. But man, we give them a lot of money.
It's aggressively monetized and not in a good way.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I can do almost everything in Destiny without playing religiously. And there was just no way for me as a person with a job back in the day when I used to play World of Warcraft to get all the stuff done that came out every expansion and patch. They release patches as the expansion goes on that adds content. They don't do the seasonal thing. Anyway, it was always so much stuff. And it was never... I mean, I'm sure there's people that play like 20 hours a day that were able to do everything. But you don't have to do that in Destiny. I can do it. And I play other games. I work, family, play Destiny. And I can still get it all done. And their model is... it's getting almost as expensive. I understand. These MMOs are charging us $15 to $20 a month. That's why they are able to charge that, because they're giving us enough content. But I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there, baby. It's getting
maybe
close.
When you're having to spend $20 for an expansion. Asterisk. Bungie will have the money to do what they need to do to make the game feel like you're getting the appropriate value for your money.
If I got as much content as I did in an MMO, I'd pay a monthly fee. But it's not even close. It's not even comparable in any way, shape, or form. So no.
Yep.
No, but we're getting to that point. Like, with a new season and in 4 of the months right now with the special event passes, that's more expensive than any... those 4 months are more expensive than any MMO, like, subscription.
Presumably there's going to be a dungeon pass next season, right? Because it's a dungeon season, but does the dungeon come with the season? I don't...
No,
or is it going to be like Duality, where you got to drop another $20 or whatever?
Nope, you gotta pay if you didn't buy the deluxe edition, you gotta pay for the season and the dungeon pass, and then Solstice probably.
Who am I kidding? I'm a fucking Bungie Destiny whale, and I already bought all that shit.
So did I.
Loser.
I get it. We're talking about it fully acknowledging the fact that I'm gonna buy every single season. I'm gonna buy. Well, I always get the deluxe edition, but in theory, every expansion, every season, every dungeon, every event pass, until at least the end of the final shape. I'm not going to walk away in the next 20 months, any way, shape, or form. We'll see what it looks like after that. If they, I don't know, focus on a new IP, build Destiny 3, or whatever. You know what? I'd be so down for like a new IP that's like it's like the same
Matter.
concept, but just better. And they just like shift the whole community to this new
Maybe that's what
Bungie
Matter
IP.
will be. Who knows?
It could be. You were going to say something strange,
listen.
but I didn't shut up. Do you remember what it was? Just one sec, correct. No, I killed him. He's dead.
Okay. Strings
All right,
is
you
dead.
go ahead and talk about your matter.
I mean, maybe that's what Matter's going to be. Not that we know anything, but that marketing image sure is making the rounds again. So, and there's definitely some Destiny-looking stuff in it, because it's not like Bungie ever reuses assets ever.
What I need, you know what? I know this just sounds like I love Fortnite, but I don't. But I need a company like Epic to come in and make a game like Destiny and do it right. So I feel like they could. They do exactly what I want.
Greener just wants to run around as
We can talk about that all you want, but
anime,
like,
big titty, goth girl in a fox onesie.
Okay, all right. Just stop
Right.
for 1 second. Listen, the amount of content they push out every 3 months is absolutely fucking absurd. So if another company or them themselves could monetize a looter shooter properly and utilize that money to create a team that's big enough to actually produce that much content every like it would be the most successful fucking thing in the world. You imagine Destiny but actually good? I know that sounds terrible because we play the game so much, but like there's a company somewhere or a world somewhere where they can produce content much faster than Bungie.
As long as it all fell within the established design parameters of the Destiny universe, I'd be all for it. I am the opposite of you in regards to like the visuals. If I started playing Destiny one day and I saw a bunch of people running around in anime skins, it would totally break my immersion. It would actually, this sounds fucking stupid, but it would actually ruin my Destiny experience, and I would go play something else. I just wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I don't mind that kind of stuff is fine. Like, I'll go play Final Fantasy 14, which is it's all anime characters running around. It's fine with me. I'm cool with it. But
Yeah.
and in the same vein, like, all right, when they did the crossover with Assassin's Creed and you could get Shaxx in Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
I never did that, but yeah, okay.
I could not do it. If I were to put that skin on in that game, I wouldn't be able to play the game anymore. It would totally ruin it for me because it's like
you just suck.
I don't mind it in games like Fortnite where you're playing a game and this dude's Darth Maul and that dude's some superhero and this other guy's Thanos. Whatever, I don't care. That's part of the game, right? That's what you're expecting out of the game.
Anyway, that's not necessarily like I understand where you're going with that, and we've had previous conversations that went down this path, but. What I mean is, it doesn't necessarily have to be that sort of content. What I want, like, I feel like that team produces at least twice as much content every 3 months than Bungie does for our seasonal stuff. And there's no cost. There is. You have to buy the battle pass, but you get all the stuff in the game for free. Whether it's going to be a new map. That season, or whether it has to be, and then you get all these cosmetics, and then just the fact that they can build a completely new map in less than 90 days, and like get it out there, like just proves the fact that they can just like completely demolish the amount of content that's put out by.
How many new Crucible maps have we had in the past 2 years?
Yeah, they could build like 7 of those maps in 3 months. Easily.
When's the last time we got a new map for Gambit?
Never. No, I know we did. I'm exaggerating. The point is they could do 2 Crucible maps, 2 Gambit maps, a seasonal storyline, no problem.
A strike.
A really good battle pass, and probably a strike plus the seasonal cutscenes, because they always have cutscenes in these Fortnite seasons. In the marketing material, they're like 2.5 minutes long, 3 minutes long. all the time. They could easily do all this stuff, and all they're doing, they're not charging people for expansions. They charge for battle pass every single season, and you can earn enough money in that battle pass to buy your next battle pass. Like, you don't even need to pay for it in theory since season 3 when the battle pass was introduced. Like, there's a total potential that there's people in the world right now that have not paid for a battle pass since season 3 of Fortnite. Now they have a monthly thing that you can sign up for that gets you even more cosmetics. It's $15 a month. You can sign up for it. You can get all this extra bonus shit. So that could be like the solstice and stuff. Anyway, it's such a better model. Obviously, the team's bigger, but I mean, I just wish somebody or a team of that size or a game not a game director or something was just over at Bungie. I don't know who's fucking it up over there or what's going on or why the team is so small when they clearly make fucking so much money off of this stuff. And do they have to keep their investors happy? I don't know, with providing them with 90% profit, which seems absurd to me, but like, I feel like they're not putting in a fraction of what they're getting from us into these seasons, and it's.
I would agree with that.
It's becoming frustrating for me. At least we get a new seasonal activity, I guess. That's got to take a couple weeks to cock up. I'm being salty about it, but like it's just like Christ. All right, let's move on. Whatever. Garbage.
Go to the animals. Go to the animals. There's 2 of them.
Yeah. All right. Make me happy. All right. Let's show this on screen. Look, there's a puppy dog, and it's a really nice photo too. One of them depth of field photos that get you going real good. I like it. Cute dog. And then there is a cat. It's also depth of field. Look, who's running a photographer? It's kind of blurry, though. They definitely lost their job if they're a photographer. All right. Let's get to the tuning and then leave. I'm tired.
How in depth do you want to get on this thing? Because there's a lot of details, man. It's going to take a while to read this if you're going to read all the details.
Holy fuck. I'm not going to read all the details. Let's hit on some of the big points. The big points being increased viability of roaming supers and high difficult PvE content, incorporating some class keywords in a selection of light class, subclass supers, whatever that means. Reduce the amount of unlimited uptime mobility available in Crucible. Increase build crafting capabilities of a selection of stasis and light subclass aspects. All right, we're done. No.
All right.
Okay, so I did notice this. The fragments, all these fragments are getting 2 instead of 1. I think that's great. Great change.
Yep, agreed.
Me too.
The gunpowder gamble, I always loved the concept of how it looked, how it felt, like, but the fact that it only had 1 allotment was always like what drove me away from it. Shadow Dive, I used to use it anyway, so I guess that's a bonus. And then Trapper's Ambush, yeah, duh, I want a 4th thing instead of 3. Absolutely, of course. I don't use any of these, so I don't know if there's any of them that are really good that having
Bastion.
Bastion.
This is good across the board. This is good news across the board for all of them being increased. It's all good. No downside.
Pretty much the whole article is all good news.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so the increased PvE damage resistance. So when you're in your super, I assume this means you have an increased 20% damage resistance currently.
Yep.
Which is really nice because I have felt actually for quite a few seasons that we are uber squishy in some cases. Obviously, this is only PvE. I wouldn't actually mind a bump in PvP. I feel like it takes forever to kill a Titan. That super ring, and I feel like I die instantly. As a hunter, but maybe that's just because I'm bad. All right, so we got a hunter. We get increased damage and golden gun and arc staff. I assume the arc staff is the roaming super. That's what that one is. That's not the throw one. I forget the names of them.
Correct.
Okay,
that's
so,
Gathering Storm.
Yes. Okay, so arc staff I'm still not going to use. I don't particularly care about the damage. Golden gun I'm curious to see how much damage it will do with this, with Celestial, and then it's currently still bugged with getting the kinetic buff from kinetic, whatever they're called, on the legs. Right? Legs.
Talking about Starter Scales?
No. Golden Gun receives the kinetic damage boost from
The Surges?
Surges.
Surge
Still,
Month?
but it's not intended. But nobody's ever mentioned it, or they're not going to fix it. So I'd be interested to see what that is like with the 20% and Celestial.
Okay.
And see what happens. Anyway. It still might not be as good as Gathering Storm. Gathering Storm does a lot of fucking damage. And the thing about Gathering Storm is, in addition to all the fucking damage it does, is you can continue to do damage, while it's doing damage. And I know Celestial is really quick. And then you can start doing damage again. But I feel like you still lose about a second or so aiming and whatnot. And you gotta make sure you hit them in the fucking weak spot if no div is there. And that's hard for console users. Or controller users. Alright, Spectral Blades increase damage 35%. If anything is gonna make that viable, then it's a 35% damage increase. So I still don't know, if that's good.
I mean, we won't know until we try it.
It'll be definitely good on ad clear and killing mini bosses and that type of stuff. Heavy attack now weakens, so you get to weaken and then you can beat the shit out of it while your teams are killing it. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a big hit for raid bosses or anything, but it'll be good for master content maybe. I probably still won't use it in GMs or anything, but it could be a fun change up in other content throughout the game. So Gathering Storm is actually getting a PvP buff, right?
Yep.
So direct impact damage is going to do more. Okay. Wouldn't it kill somebody immediately? I guess not with an overshield, eh?
No, not with an overshield.
That's stupid. I'm glad they're increasing it. Okay. Delayed lightning.
And depending on the rounding, certain high resilience characters might still survive a direct impact as well.
Okay. So the tick damage is also going up. Now increased damage versus Well of Radiance and Warden Dawn. That's cool. So I can throw it into a Well of Radiance and I might actually still have a chance of killing the person inside of it.
Possibly.
I'll take it. All right. Ward of Dawn, I don't know. You have to still run inside there and try to fucking hit him with it. It's still dangerous. All right, Titan, Fist of Havoc. It's reducing energy costs, so you get to keep it longer.
You get to punch more things while you're in it, and you do more damage.
Yeah,
All good.
Yeah, that works. Okay. Shivers like thrust speed while in super by 10%. Okay.
Glacial Quake, you will move significantly further and faster when you do your attacks.
Yeah. And damage increase, Sentinel Shield damage increase, Hammer damage increase, Burning Maul damage increase, creates sunspots. Okay, cool. Heavy attack Cyclone now applies Scorch over. Okay, all good. All right.
All good.
Mm-hmm.
All good. Now Warlocks, Nova Warp increase, damage increase, fully charged attack now makes enemies volatile. That's good. PvE damage increase for Nova Bomb. I'll take that's going to be strong. All right. Storm Trance, I hate that super, but I mean, increasing it's a good ad clear super, obviously with a 25% damage increase. Damage ramp while attacking now occurs more quickly. Okay, that's even better. Landfall
Which might make it good against bosses.
Ooh, yes. And landfall detonation and seekers now jolt the targets. That's good too. And jolting is really good that can also help because that's good. Yeah. Okay, Chaos Reach. Oof. Fuck, Riku's never gonna shut up about this. The man thinks.
Is he a Kamehameha boy?
He's been sucking Chaos Reach's fucking eggplant for the last 2.5 years. The guy refuses to play well. That's why I don't invite him to my raids anymore. Sustained damage on single targets now creates jolting lightning. That's perfect. All right, increased resistance versus players from 40 to 50%. Okay, so that's a PvP buff too. That's probably good because you're just like kind of sitting there getting fucking
Yeah.
smashed from every side. Increased maximum stray speed. I don't care, but probably good. Adjusted super camera to avoid the player's body blocking view of targets when strafing. Okay, that's probably good. I've never encountered that. Winter's Wrath going up. Cool. Daybreak. They're fixing VFX and camera shit. Strand tuning updates. Okay, we talked about the threaded spike thing. It's getting extra damage and extra throwing distance, and a bunch of other stuff. We talked about that last week. Go through Cabal, failing shields, all that shit. Yeah. Titan Frenzy's Blade. Decreased cooldown based on how many melee charges the player has stored. At 0 charges, cooldown reduced by 15%. At 2 charges, reduced by 30%. Okay, cool. These are all buffs, basically. Arcane Needle's getting buffed. The cooldowns are decreasing based on certain amounts that you have.
Warlock melee is just getting better. Not only can it go for basically ever, but it gets faster the further it has to travel to get to its target.
Crazy. Yeah, 40 per second up from 30, and then 70 up from 60. Increased projectile tracking strength by 10%, so even better. Grapple, we talked about this one. They decrease the overall cooldown and how fast you can redo it, which was great. I thought that was great for fun. It's still not really viable anything in game, but it's nice. Reduce energy generation provided by trace off by 36. What the fuck? Oh, threat of generation. Oh, okay. Reduced energy generated provided by some damage over time mechanics. Whatever. I don't really know much about that. Stasis tuning updates. Okay, here we go. Withering Blade. So it increases the tracking and search range on bounce. Okay, versus Guardians. So that's a PvP buff.
Yep.
Maximum tracking strength is 12.5. Shiver Strike. Maximum thrust while in flight increased by 16%. So that's
Titan's gonna be flying.
yep. Decreased maximum.
Finally,
download
it's
influence.
a usable mobility mechanic.
Yeah, decreased maximum download influence by gravity by 18%. So you'll fall slower. Howl of Storm increased width of freezing cone versus players by 31%. Okay, PvP buff. Frost Pulse now provides 2 meters of additional melee lunge after activation for 1.2 seconds. Cool.
So you can smack those guardians you just froze, even if they're at the edge of the pulse.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Okay, so here's the light subclass tuning.
And here's the biggest one in here.
People are so mad about this. I'm so fucking happy. Oh my god. All right. So, you can't just basically any of those movement. Well, I don't know what hammer strike is. Fuck's
It's
name?
the same.
shoulder
It's the
charge.
shoulder charge.
Oh,
of
okay.
roller.
Okay, so they're basically all the like move forward abilities that like will one shot you in the Crucible. They can't be spammed over and over again. So they can't be used to get you somewhere faster and then still be used to kill someone instantly. Every time you use it, you just have to get to the point now normally if you still want to punch somebody with it.
With an asterisk on this. All right.
What's the asterisk?
If you build into strength, if you build fully into strength at 100 strength, your total cooldown from 0 is 7 seconds. So a 15% is what? Less than a second to
I don't think that's from 0. I think that's after the 15% of using it for mobility.
You think so?
Because the base cooldown is 90 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So it's, if you use it for mobility and you have 100 strength, it only takes 7 seconds before you can use it again for mobility.
Yeah,
if you use it and actually connect with a target, it still drains to 0, and then it's the 91 seconds base cooldown.
It'll probably be back up or just about back up if you build into it. Now, what people are bitching about is that strength is a useless stat. It doesn't do anything except give you ability cooldown. And they're right. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But Destiny sorely needs that for all stats to not only give you a modifier to how your character performs, whether that's damage for melees or whatever, or some other benefit, plus ability gen, and they need strong penalties for not building into those stats at all. If you dump a stat, it should hurt you in a meaningful way. You should not have Titans and Warlocks just being able to automatically dump mobility every single time because it doesn't matter to them, right? And I think the more of that kind of stuff they put into this game, the better. I think it's all good. It's all upside.
That's fair.
I
I think
agree.
this is good. And for the people that say like strength is a garbage stat because it only gives you barricade faster, essentially.
That's resilience.
Oh, is it? My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength is just giving you melee ability. That's it.
Okay, it gives you melee ability faster. Okay, my bad.
Yep.
Never mind. That defeats my point. So we're just gonna move on. Whatever. Deal with it. At least you don't have to get 3 stats in the same fucking thing, jackasses. Hunters still need recovery, resilience, and mobility, which is incredibly hard to get high numbers in all 3. So, all right. Anyway, cool. Knockout, lunge range reduced from 6.5 to 5.5. Oh no. Uncharged melee PvE damage bonus increase from 60% to 100%. Uncharged melee PvE damage bonus increased from 60% to 100%.
That's a buff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it, but why is there a damage bonus on an uncharged melee?
It's when you get knockout, when you proc knockout, and you get those
one of the Titan aspects.
quasi-charged melee hits.
All right.
So it's bringing it closer to a charged, uncharged melee as long as you proc knockout.
I was reading it just as a general melee. It didn't make sense to me, but
Yep.
yeah, because it's in knockout. Okay, all right. Shield throw, damage goes up. Increased consistency of finding adjusting initial trajectory towards a new target after bounce. Okay, so better homing missile after it bounces off somebody. Throwing hammer now adjusts its initial flight trajectory based on your aim assist target. Okay. Oh, you guys might not lose as many hammers.
We'll still lose them. We'll still chase after them. We'll still jump off Spire of the Watcher.
All right.
Just run with a second Titan and have him throw his hammer at you. It's fine.
Yeah,
that is also true.
Increased damage dealt by sunspots to enemy players per tick from 17 to 22. Okay, so PvP buff on sunspots. All right, here we go. On to Hunter. Increased PvE weakening duration on detonation from 4 to 8 seconds. That's good. Yep, I'll take it. All right. That's really nice. I've been using that a lot more to weaken bosses. So yeah, no, twice the length. That's sick. I don't use proximity explosive knife, but detonation damage versus players reduced. It's a nerf.
Thank God.
Yep.
Anyway, impact damage versus players increased. Okay, so if you hit them right in the face, you got a buff. If you miss them and it explodes beside them, the detonation damage is whether or not you hit them or not. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it hits them. It does 20 damage now, and then it blows up and does 90 damage. For a total of, this is 6, so that's
110.
subtract 15. Hold on. This is, so, 9.
It's 19 less.
We're
damage.
losing, wait, what? I got
9
9
less.
damage. Are you sure?
Yep, 9 less.
9 less. All right, there you go. Okay, weighted throwing knife. On mouse and keyboard, reduce minimum tracking shape size by 25% and maximum tracking shape size by 10%. Shape grows over 0.5 seconds after the projectile is thrown. Okay. Does that make it easier or harder? I can't fucking understand that shit. That a nerf
Sounds. It's going to make it more difficult to hit the weighted throwing knife.
Ugh, lame. All right. Lightweight knife projectile speed increased from 30 meters per second to 40 meter. Okay, so it goes faster. Cool. Tracking shape size increased by 20. Okay.
They're buffing lightweight and
They're buffing lightweight
nerfing
and nerfing. This isn't a huge
weighted
nerf
and
part.
explosive because they say it. People aren't using lightweight at all.
Yeah, I never knew it existed. All right, gunpowder gamble. Okay, so in addition to the fact that we can now get two things with gunpowder gamble, it's also dropping that cooldown. That's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be PVE viable now, I think.
Mhm.
As
6
long as
seconds?
you're careful about not throwing it close to yourself, because you can totally kill yourself with that thing.
Oh well, I mean, imagine being bad. All right, Warlock Incinerator Snap is getting buff and a nerf. Fix issue preventing secondary projectile arming shape from activating, and then total damage versus players is getting down to compensate for the dramatically increased consistency. So I guess it wasn't consistent.
Yep. The second one would often not hit, and so less damage from each one, but more likely to get 2 hits.
Okay, cool. Ball lightning, straight up PVE buff, and then reduce ping scalar on both primary and secondary detonation. So combats are less likely to be knocked out of the secondary strike area while the player is amplified. Okay, so less of a like a knockback, I guess. All right. Scatter grenade from Chaos Accelerant. Increased tracking consistency. Okay, cool. Increase sub munition. Arming duration. God. At least I'm almost done. My mouth is starting to melt. Fixed a bug where submunitions were impacting the ground on creation in some situations, resulting in an early detonation. All right, magnetic grenade. Increased charge hold time from 3.2 to 4.5 seconds.
When doing the handheld supernova, when doing
so
the
you
chaos
can hold
accelerator.
it here now longer before you let
Correct.
it go, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's criminally underused. It is very good.
I've always thought
Very,
it was good,
very
but
good.
I don't play Titan, or I mean Warlock very often. So, lightning surge. They fixed an issue, allowing lightning surge to deal more instances of secondary strike damage than intended. Okay, so that's a nerf, but it was a bug. So, and then the change necessitated some damage. Okay, so it was a nerf. To change it because it wasn't working right, but it sounds like they are also buffing it to work to give more
More
damage.
consistently. Yep.
Yeah.
Consistency is good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Consistency is good. Subclass tuning. Okay, that's the last thing. All right, subclass keyword tuning updates. So let's Scorch, Jolt, and Speed Booster. Okay. So 1 for Solar, 2 for Arc. That's fun. Increased stun time before stacks begin falling off from 1.5 to 2.3 during PvP. And then the same thing, but 3 to 4.5 for PvE. Jolt, reduce base PvE damage by 15%. Nerf. Reduce additional damage scalar versus major combatants in PvE by 20%. That's that's a big nerf. I know it was strong, but
Yep.
Good. We were just discussing this in Anarchy Chat today. I think they should give both Incandescent and Bolt Shot the same treatment as they did with Destabilizing Rounds. And Destabilizing Rounds has a 3-second internal cooldown before you can apply it again. I think that should be present on both Bolt Shot for Jolts and Incandescent. You get one to proc it, you can't do it again for 3 seconds.
okay.
I think they're too crutched on right now. Kinetic Tremors too, by the way. It should also be a 3-second cooldown on kinetic tremors internal.
But what if I miss my shot?
I mean, that's part of your 3 seconds.
All right, fair enough. All right, speed booster now. Bonus jump acceleration scalar reduced from 1.5 to 1.25. Can I be the one person that says I don't like this speed booster at all?
Nobody likes the jumping part.
Okay, all right, because it fucks my jumping consistency up. Like I know exactly how far a hunter can jump. I basically nail it every time. Now you get that first jump, and you go so far. But then I feel like my second jump is like super nerfed, and then
It's the exact same feeling. You get the normal second jump, but the big jump on the first one, and it totally throws off your timing when you're trying to do
Oh,
those
yeah.
multi jumps.
It sure does. It fucking fucks with you hard. Anyway.
So that's the good thing. It's a good nerf.
Oh, I didn't actually read what it does yet. Bonus jump acceleration scale. Okay, yeah, I did. Bonus jump acceleration scale reduced from 1.5 to 1.25. So it's dropping it down a little bit. Now activates while sprinting after 2.5 seconds, down from 3. Okay, so it activates earlier. That's fine. Now lingers while player is not sprinting for up to 2 seconds, up from 1.5. Okay, so that's good.
So you might have time to reload without losing it.
Yeah. And start running again. Fixed it. We'll see. It probably takes 2.1 seconds, and they're just fucking trolling us.
Yep.
Fixed a bug where if the player was already sprinting and then become amplified, speed booster would not be granted. Okay, so now.
So it's all fixes. It's not really a nerf. It's just fixes.
Woo! All right, that was a lot, but we're done. We got through it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
See, it didn't take that long. Sometimes you just buckle down, you can get through it. Obviously, we didn't break those down into really, but we hit the major points and the ones that we thought were really good. If you guys have anything to add, now's the time to do it.
Nope. I'm happy with that article. All good stuff.
I interjected when I felt it necessary, so I'm good.
Fair enough. Then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. It's been long enough. Do we have any plugs from our guest tonight?
Yeah. If you are in an SGC clan, you need to go sign up for SGC Guardian Games right now. Head onto the server, head into the Guardian Games sign-up channel, select your clan, and then play with your clanmates. Maybe win some fabulous prizes, including server roles, loyalty points, and that desk pad we showed off earlier. And even if you don't win one of those things, if your class wins, you'll be able to maintain your class role on the server for the entire next year, this whole next year for 12 months until we do it again. So go do that. And then if you want to watch some questionable rating with some questionable people, check me out on Thursdays on twitch.tv/Mr_Rec.
Beautiful. Go follow him and check him out immediately right now, or you're banned. Just kidding. I just want to correct one thing you said, because you said go and choose your clan, not your class.
I meant class, yeah.
So when you get into that channel, there's a selection between Titan Hunter and Warlock. Select that, and then go play games. Go play Destiny with other SGC members. That's the only way to get points. If you go play with random strangers or by yourself, bupkiss, nothing. You suck. All right, 4x4.
And if you're not in a clan, why not go join one right now?
Yeah,
and you get more points for playing with members of other clans, not just your own clan.
that gets too complicated. Just go play. If you want
Play with people.
If you want to win, just go play 100 activities per day, like nobody's with other members of the SGC. Nobody's gonna beat that. You'll win.
Yep. Yeah, nothing for me.
Nothing.
I got no plugs. No plugs for me.
All right, my big plugs are basically what Rex already did. I want everybody to have fun, play together, enjoy the Guardian games, give yourself a chance to win some loyalty, and that awesome gamepad. I think it's incredible. I kind of want to buy one. I might do it. That's a secret, though, because I'm not allowed.
Yeah, no one's allowed to do that.
Yeah, nobody. Anyway, go check it out. It looks like a lot of fun. Secondly, our community streams. Been a little lackluster lately, so let's get some of these clan members in there, man. We'd really appreciate it. Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern. Show up. We do have some on Wednesday, but they're even more lackluster, so I might just cancel them. They're trash. 15 people showed up last week, and only like two of them were in chat, and 11 of them were in A. So it was just some lurkers and like 2 people that actually cared. So.
I was there.
It was a rough go, and it takes a lot of energy out of me in the middle of my day to actually, worry about that stuff going on. I know it might seem easy to some people, but like it's mentally taxing, and I want it to be worth it. So if you guys want me to keep doing it, you gotta show up. So yeah, twitch.tv/Shrouded Gaming. We're obviously going to keep doing the Tuesday one, unless I guess it gets down to 15 members. Please don't let it get down to 15 members. I'll cry in the corner.
That'll get view numbers up.
Yeah, probably. And to be fair, I probably have to do something new on them too to get people interested. So we'll take a little bit of both. I'll think about some new stuff, have some fun. You make your way over to the community stream and make some new friends, chat with the community, and have a generally good time. Other than that, shit. I
Oh,
think
I've got something.
Okay,
I've
one
got
sec.
something.
I think I have to do the Player of the Month stream tomorrow though. So go watch that. Go ahead.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Saint will probably have the link new recruitment post up when this video goes live.
Yeah. We got to get people doing those too. Last time, the other one that came through a couple days ago had like 9 after like 4 hours. So I had to go through and post it in every chat. And then we got enough, but we still only made it to second place in the forum, which it's not good enough.
Do better.
It's not good enough. It's got to be number 1. Trust me, I can see the difference about the people joining the server when we're at number 2 versus number 1, and it's like 400% higher if you're number 1. Even for that,
might just be a Clan Wars metric here coming up soon.
I think everything that I just cried about should be a Clan Wars metric. That might drive it. That'll drive it for at least a few clans. I hope more clans participate in the high end competition than we've had previous. It's always like 4 or 5 like clans that really like go for it, and then everyone else is just like meh.
Everyone has an opportunity.
I wish I just had like $10,000 where I could like give away a crazy prize to the winner, and then people would be like, "Oh my god!" But I guess it has to. It is what it is. Okay, so after that depressing point, thanks so much for watching this week at Shrouded episode 15. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, watching the stream. Please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Check out the links below for everything we talked about today and Twitch streams, as well as the weekly and monthly silver winners. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Let's thank our guest, Mr. Rectum 4x4. That's it. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.